What's up, crypto junkies? It's Jay and welcome to another index training video. In this video, we're going to actually go through the Haas trading bot index. Yes, that's right. HaasOnline has officially joined the index game. I could not be happier about this day. It turns out they basically made a badass bot and it's an index, okay? So for all of those people who burned out on cloud mining, lending, altcoins, trading, or they just want some diversification in their portfolio, you're going to want to scoop yourself up a version of the HaasOnline trading bot. Okay, now the good thing is that it is included in the beginner license. Second great thing is that plug, if you use the code CryptoJunkie, then you'll get 20% off because we have an ongoing little dilly bops with them. So on the screen, you'll see I've got a video that it's gotten 1,300 views, sad, but that's YouTube algorithms for you. We're talking about a 3,000% ROI index. If you remember, I was showing you this, which is basically these really smart guys who decided on this as their top 30. There's a whole hedge fund that is leveraging this strategy as their core root strategy for their fund, which is pretty crazy. What we can do now is we can literally take all of these, as many of these as we want, and we bring them into our own little custom bot, and we've got the same thing out there running. Now, we don't know the percentages that they're operating off of, the thresholds and things like that, any kind of algorithms in the back, but we've got our own, and I love the actual settings to this. Now, how did this come about? How did they actually design and develop this? Let's talk through the roadmap, and I hope that Haas and Royal and everybody at the team doesn't mind me talking about this, but what happened was we found a site called CoinCube. CoinCube seemed to work really, really well, and it was just an index. You got to kind of pick your balancing, how many coins, what exchange, and then it just ran. You log in, you know, once, twice a week, and you kind of got to see what happened. One of the things we noticed is that when BTC would tank, the whole, obviously the whole index would tank and the value would go down. But there was also micro issues in terms of the functionality of CoinCube that we really didn't like. So we had already started to go to work on our own that we were going to call Condex. It was a managed solution, and we tested it out on, I believe, half a dozen, maybe a dozen people in the community, and that was running. And then CoinCube got hacked, and I think that people in the community lost a lot of trust, in our community anyways, and so a lot of people jumped out of it at that point. And then they were just in limbo because it's like, well, wait a second, Jay, we don't have anything. And in this last video, I teased at the fact that something was coming in a piece of software that I love. And well, if you're in the community, then it was very obvious what I was talking about. I was talking about HaasBot. HaasBot has created an index based off of what we learned from CoinCube, based off of what we learned from Condex, which Royal in the community actually made with Brian and another guy in the community. So they learned quite a bit. We had some users test it, complain, and talk about what they didn't like. Bingo. They made this in like days, okay? Shout out to the developer team at Haas because you guys are geniuses. And here's what it looks like. Okay, very easy. Don't let all this madness confuse you. This is not going to be a Haas tutorial at all. Royal in the group, they've got a lot of training on just like what does all this mean. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to come on over here to custom bots, and when we do, we just come to add, and you'll see crypto index bot is the second one down. This literally got launched earlier today, and I've been scrounging to get my server updated so that I could do this video and start my index, dang it. I'll talk about some of the scaling that you can do too. Ooh, baby, so excited about this. But you come down, select crypto bot, index bot, you name it, you pick what account. An account is an exchange. You can create simulated accounts too, and you can test simulations side by side with real. Oh my gosh. Let's think of if we want to run multiple indexes, which you can, then we're going to come out with our baseline. Let's just say top 5, super conservative, easy, don't even have to look at it. Then we're going to try some different strategies, some more aggressive strategies. Maybe we want to use some of these other exchanges like Cryptopia that have these micro cap coins, let's call them, that are like sub 70 sat coins, or sub 150 sat coins. And we want to create an index using those. Guess what? You can. And you can do it under simulation so that you can see if it's going to work for you. Now, I don't know if they have the full simulation working yet. I actually haven't ran this, and I don't know if back testing works on these just yet, but we'll see. I'm going to link up the exchange that I had working on CoinCube and the exchange. I had a Bitfinex and a Bittrex. I think I'll do both, but we'll start with Bittrex. That's how I'm going to use this. If you ever get lost, they got a wiki here. And it explains everything. I think the biggest question will not be this stuff up top. Okay, what's the index coin, the core coin, BTC? Leave it at that until you get some knowledge under your belt. Total index value, you know, whatever. 1 BTC, 10, 100. The template, I don't think you can change that at this point, even though it seems like you maybe can. I don't think that should matter. I think the template is just regular. And then we come down here and we start to add our coins. Now, I already took the liberty of adding this, but if you ever want to add or subtract, you just click the X. Want to add another coin, we just come here and we click on add coin, okay? And then we added them. Okay, so then we just add more coins. And what do you know, we can just come over here and we could steal theirs. You know, we could grab any of these if you wanted to. But I'm going to keep it basic. Let's go with the top 5. Get rid of those 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, BTC, ETH, Litecoin, not BitConnect, Bitcoin Cash, and Neo. I love Neo. And on CoinGecko.com, it's number 5, actually, I think. It's in the top 5. So you could go to CoinMarketCap.com. You could go to CoinGecko, Brave New Coin. You could use this index. Oh my gosh, like picking your coins, so many tools for you to use, right? And so much historic data now. Okay, so I think the number one question people will have at this point is, okay, so we've got our percentages figured out with our top 5 coins in terms of allocation. What is this buy threshold and sell threshold? So buy threshold is if the ETH position, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Neo is negatively affected by 5% or more, meaning that the overall value goes down 5% or more, it will buy more. And if it's positively affected 10% or more, it will sell off positions to bring it back down to this root 20%, okay? We could also have this, we could set this to anything we wanted. So if the buy if this position was negatively affected by 50%, then it would start buying up more positions. If this position gained more than 50%, then it would start to sell off positions to get us back down to this 20%. I hope that makes sense. So each one you can set up differently. And again, you'll want to do this based on the historic data of the coin and how the more information you learn about the coin. The only one you can't do that with is the root or index coin, which is going to be BTC in this case. Okay, so again, buying threshold is when this coin is negatively affected, it will buy more. Sell threshold is when it's positively affected, it will sell off and recycle that back into the overall portfolio. Like I said, I don't know if backtesting works. I tried it and it didn't really seem to work. I don't think that really matters. You can get a lot of historic data on so many of these. CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Brave New Coin here. You can get historic data on this stuff. So I don't think that's that big of a mystery. You just come down here and save it when you're all done, which we are. And then you would start it, okay? And it says, yeah, do you want to activate this? And then, boom, it's running. And as it starts to execute trades, you can see those trades here, okay? And then you'll see your overall distribution happening here. And that's it. You could create a custom dashboard so that you could see the bot performance, or you could just check in on this in a couple different ways. You could use the bot analyzer, or you could just kind of jump in here and take a look at this thing. This distribution, I think they'll probably have this be a new widget for the dashboard, but maybe not yet. I don't know. You could totally have that showing up there though, or just pop in here and see. And then the important thing you would look at is viewing your trades and then your overall percentages up here. So that's your output, okay? So your return on investment would be shown here, your profit. Fees are equated as well, because you'll face a fee every time there's basically an exchange purchase from one coin to another. You will have a fee, okay? Now this also too will try and go out and strategically attempt to find the shortest path to the end. It's gone out and executed this original buy orders, it looks like. So here's what that looks like, and you'll see return on investment, we are negative 0.4% right now. Our gain is, what is that, $47 loss right now. Let's talk about how you could scale this, because this is amazing. We could do a very conservative top 5 and just leave that alone, let it run, and that is hedging against all your other risk, all your other portfolio pieces, because this is just out there just running all day, every day. I mentioned this lightly, but you could do like a micro cap index as well, which is more like a Cryptopia or some of the stuff on HitBTC, and some of these smaller index coins, you could do one with those. You could do a top 30, a top 20. You could go balls deep into research, or again, piggyback off of really smart people who've already done research and run this side by side and see how yours performs. Now, granted, you don't know what percentage of the overall portfolio these are buying in at, but we can assume that, you know, the top 5 will get probably the most weight, and then, or maybe even the top 10, and then we could start to allocate less and less from, you know, 11 through 30. You could do something like that. And that's where this, I think, really gets fun, because you get to make your own rules with this. You get to decide ultimately the percentages and tweaking it over time. I think this is going to generate some baby geniuses here. There's so much flexibility in this, and ultimately there'll be a lot of people in the community that run with this. So what I would suggest is that you get in the HaasBot bot channel that we've got in the Discord. What that's going to do too is that's going to give you exclusive access to our community and the bots that we're making. So if it wasn't good enough already with the market maker bots, the Mad Hatter bots that we're talking about in there, and the flash crash scalper bots, it's taken to a whole new level, because now we're going to start talking indexing and index bots. So this is another important piece of the portfolio. Also too, I would say this is offered in the beginner license, which can be as low as a 3-month license. I suggest if you're going to run an index, you run it for at least a year. If you can only buy 3 months at a time, that's great, but mentally commit to a year, because you don't run an index for a couple months. You run it for years and years and years and years. I would suggest, especially if you're doing a top 5 index, just let it go. Don't touch that thing for a year. Simple, weigh it out, you know, let it go. And unless something significant happens, you don't really want to touch that, and just let that go. Let that run. I guess the significance of this tool has just been taken to the next level, because this is now a lifetime tool. This is now something that a ton of people will be using for the rest of their crypto portfolio life, okay? Because it's that powerful. It's that great of a tool. And so now you've got the fast money making strategies that you're able to use other bots for, and you've got this little slow grower. Hedging, mitigating your risk in the background. And you can create as many of these as you want as well. So this is very, very exciting. Another reason why Haas is, you know, it's not the cheapest. I think it's actually the most expensive bot out there, with good reason. The functionality, the tool set that you get, Okay, so that's it for this video, my friends. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up first on my Bittrex account, and then after that, maybe I'll integrate my Bitfinex. I'm not really sure. I want to start margin trading, but it wouldn't be bad to run this bot while I'm waiting and while I'm improving my skill set. If you want to get in on the conversation, it's already happening in the Discord. I will say this, that the Discord is going through some changes right now, and we don't have it open to the public. If you can find an old registration link floating around there, great. But for right now, the Discord is closed. We'll be opening it up again soon for the general public. Over 4,300 members now. We stopped uploading for a little while, and our channel is severely hurting for it. You know how social algorithms penalize, and now our engagement has truly been suffering. And so I want to get that back up, and I'd love to get your help, okay? All you got to do is, it's very simple. Just click the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you like what we're doing here. Click the bell notification so that you're telling YouTube, yes, I want to be notified specifically. Interact with this, share it with some friends, and that will get us trending again. That'll get these social algos kicking back in, and videos like this will get the views that it deserve, okay? If you want to go ahead and pick up this bot, you're going to get an exclusive. I don't think any other community has this discount, but we have 20% discount right now for Crypto Junkie community. Just go ahead and put in the coupon code Crypto Junkie. The link and all the information will be underneath this video. Go ahead and get signed up, get started with the index bot, and then join us in the conversation in the Discord and let me know how you're using this, what your index looks like. Send me a screenshot, and let's start measuring our results together, my friends. Look forward to more training being uploaded to the channel very soon. See ya.
Hello. Hello, Mas. Okay, I'll come down. Now we wait. Now we wait. Now we wait.